Why won't mommy get out of bed? It's morning now, the sun is up. She should be up too, making breakfast or at least getting ready. But instead, she stays in her room, the door shut, the lights turned off. It makes me curious. I go to her door, open it a little. It's dark, but I can see her, wrapped up in covers like a cocoon. "Mommy," I whisper. She doesn't answer. "Mommy?" She doesn't even move. I know mommy loves me very, very much. That's what makes me curious. If she loves me, why does she stay in bed all morning, not answering when I call? But then I think, maybe she's sick. Maybe she's hurt. Now I'm worried. I open the door a little bit further. Quietly, I sneak inside. The air in mommy's room smells funny. It's hard to see where I'm going. I move real slow and quiet and careful. Soon, I'm at her bed. I say, "Hey, mommy." I wait. Nothing. Up close, I can see she's lying on her side, away from me. Her covers only go to her shoulders. I see her back freckles, her curly red hair. I poke her. "Hello? Are you sleeping?" I was going to say some other stuff too, but then I heard it. It sounds kinda like a puppy, or maybe a baby rabbit when you give it an apple slice. It's a happy sound of animals, but it's sad when mommy makes it. It means she's crying. "Mommy?" I say. "Are you sad? Are you sick?" Still, she doesn't answer. Now, I'm mad. I'm mad because this time I know mommy's awake. She's ignoring me. Even if you're crying, you shouldn't ignore someone. That's rude. All at once, I jump up on the bed. It's not a nice thing to do, but I really, really am mad. I grab mommy's arm and pull her toward me. Then, I get up real close and say, "Listen carefully, you ungrateful little shit. I've been very patient with you." I make my scariest frown as I hold her face to mine. She feels so small. My hands fit easily around her neck. "It would have been easy for me to kill all your children. When I took you, I could have slashed their throats as well, but I held back as a gesture of goodwill, so that you'd accept your new home, so that you learn your role. You must always remember, you have a role to play here, and you'd better put some heart into it, because there's nothing stopping me from strolling back to that pretty white house and finishing the job." It's quiet for a while after that, like we're both in a timeout. But suddenly, I'm not mad anymore. I look at mommy. Her eyes are red, but she's not crying. I think we're okay. I say, "Mommy, will you brush my hair?" "Okay, sweetie," she says. After that, pancakes? Okay. I think I uncovered a conspiracy that goes deeper than any other. I'm not one of those weirdos who run around saying that 5G causes autism or whatever. This shit is real. So remember when y'all were kids and you'd get a letter sent home whenever someone would have lice or nits? You'd have to spend the rest of the afternoon in the bath, scrubbing away. I've been in the arthropod business for a little over 5 years now. And last night, they gave me the brief about nits. Nits and lice aren't just little fleas that make your hair itchy. Oh no, you know what they are. They're parasites, evil little creatures that burrow far, far into your scalp. Once they burrow into your head, they keep digging until they reach your brain. After the lice are in your brain, they eat You'd be surprised at how much one single louse can eat. It's not noticeable for at least a week or so, but every now and then your head will twitch. It picks up pace after a week. When your head starts to really get itchy, the itch is absolutely insane. It feels like someone is lightly rubbing a comb through your hair. The nits know better than to eat all of your brain and inner head. They just know to eat the stuff you can function without. Basic numeracy and literary skills, emotive capacity, memories, anything that doesn't stop you from walking and moving will disappear. Once that's all gone, you're effectively a husk of a person, a shell, blank eyes staring, mouth open, scratching the top of your head for the rest of your life, trying to satisfy that itch that is 5 millimeters out of your reach. Y'all think I'm joking? They showed me a security video of it happening to a student in class. She walked in and sat down next to her friend. God, she looked like a bright kid, not even 14. After 10 minutes into the class, she scratched her head. 2 minutes after that, again. Not even 30 seconds had passed before she had kneeled over and began scratching furiously. She began screaming, scraping and peeling at her head, trying to get the lice out. It wasn't too long before she stopped shrieking. The top half of her head had been reduced to a bloody, hairy mess. Her 3 middle fingers had lost their nails on each hand. That didn't stop her slowly moving her hands back and forth atop her head, while her classmates all ran out of the room in search for help. The security tape ended after that, and honestly, I struggled to imagine what she'd be doing now, sitting in the paddle room, dragging her fingers back and forth, back and forth. If any of you ever hear of any lice outbreak, remove yourself as fast as possible. You know the consequences. Do not risk it under any circumstances. Stay safe and try not to scratch. Let's start at the beginning, Miss Jameson. How would you describe the relationship between Liam and his father? Stepfather. Frank was his stepfather. Oh, I understand. How would you say they got along before all of this? He was afraid of him, I know that much. Any particular incident that comes to mind? He's good, you know, deep down in his heart. I know it. But it wasn't easy. He could get very angry. In what way? He'd let us know when he wasn't happy with us, slam a fist in the table, threaten us. He was better to me, but I felt it too. The tension, always having to step on eggshells around him, the looks of contempt. You can't live with that. Not for very long, anyways. Any violence? He was never violent towards me. Not really. He'd pull my hair sometimes, maybe grab me by the throat, but it never went beyond that. So there was violence. He would never admit it, you know. He was proud like that. Strong, kind. He wanted to protect me. But I saw the bruises, never a day without new bruises. How long has this been happening? It started already when Frank moved in. He took over the household immediately, and it has been going downhill ever since. I'm sorry that I have to ask these questions, but why didn't you report it? I wanted to, I really did, but at the same time, I couldn't. Not only do I love him, but I also feared how he'd react when he found out. Feared he would kill us. How long has Frank been living with you? About a year now, give or take. That's a long time to live in fear. It really is. Let's move on to the night of. I understand you called it in a little after midnight. Yes, it was a bad day, but it only got worse. when I heard Frank yelling from upstairs and furniture smashing against the walls. I knew I had to do something. So you decided to step in? What? No. What are you talking about? I just called the police. I'm sorry, Miss Jameson. I'm not sure I'm following. Did you or did you not stab Frank with a kitchen knife? No. Why on earth would I do that? To protect your son? To stop Frank from harming him? Are you serious? Haven't you heard a word I've said? Frank is the kindest man I've ever known. He wouldn't hurt a fly. I'm sorry. I don't think I understand. It's Liam I'm scared of. You don't know what that boy is capable of, detective. For the love of God, don't let him out of your sight. You're telling me Liam killed Frank. Liam's not normal, detective. How do you think I lost my first husband?